I see. So he can't go there because unlike Raziel, he can't go invisible. Yeah, I'm going for the last emblem, the chaos emblem, I think it's called.
The orb that once opened this portal had been destroyed. To power it, I would need to find a substitute.
I like this dodge so much. Looks so cool. I heard the spirits. Oh, this needs some kind of a key. Interesting. Where can I get that key? This is closed, so not here. Probably missing something again. It's not here, so where do I need to go then? I don't have this mark yet. There are no doors. Nothing to trigger. Kind of confused. Ah, yeah. I know. I know. I need to backtrack a bit. That rune is gonna be in the tomb. Of course, that thing is kind of in the way. Can't do anything with him. Oh, okay. So they are all over the place. Can I can't repurpose this orb, so it needs to be a new one. Okay, so this is the only other place that's actually open. I can't destroy those things. How do I trick them? Oh, this is that element that I don't have yet. Ooh. Did I miss something in the previous dungeon that I need to bring with me? I won't be able to outsmart him. I'm missing something somewhere. None of my sword elements can really help with this. Is there a ladder or a door that I'm missing somewhere? Door is closed. Unlike Raziel, Kain doesn't have the ability to go into the spectral realm, so it wouldn't be that. Oh, hold on. Am I being that silly? Yes, I am. There we go. Problem solved. And we are in the crypt already. Health upgrade. Wrong way. You're trolling me, aren't you? This is an Ocarina of Time. Okay. So there is a door here that goes to the next crypt. This is where Raziel was coming from. Check if there's... Oh! These won't work for me. It's fine. Ah, for crying out loud. There's unfortunately no shortcut. This again is problem with perspective. I don't even know if I can jump up there. I'm assuming that I can. Since there is a leap function over there, I'm assuming that I can jump to the platform above. I'm gonna try one more time before just moving to the next because I can go further. We can just continue the trip here. I wanna check. Obviously something up there. Maybe I need to go the other way. Nope, this is also a dead end. Nope, I just cannot jump there. So we're gonna assume that nothing is there that I need to reach at the moment, and we're just gonna continue to the next crypt. This one's currently broken, so we can't do anything with it, and that's it. The entrance is on the bottom level, and this one goes further. This is closed for now. Guessing that was the only thing in here. Wonderful. I thought I was outside of his range. I was not. Come on, fall. Okay, let's investigate the bottom half first. That's a way up. I was expecting some kind of collectible here, but nothing. Oh. And there's blood here. Something that nothing. Those shades are just annoying. They don't really serve much of a purpose for anything else. Oh, can I pick this up? Yep. Yes, I can. I think this guy got stuck. Ouch. I mistimed that. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Now, I do wanna go out because there was a health upgrade somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. It wasn't a health, it was just a regular telekinesis upgrade. And now we go back. Really need to bother with these guys. Of course. More statues to fill. Oh. was close. My dodging is a bit... Whoa! Okay, that was supposed to be a dodge. Sometimes when you walk onto his sword, it counts like an attack. That's because, thanks, but I fight better in this game because the combat in this game is so much better and so much easier to do. Even with the stupid camera. It's just levels above what you could do in previous game. But the main reason why the combat is so much easier in this game than in the previous one is because, well, first of all, you have more capability during fights. But second of all, because the Reaver is longer. It was like a toothpick in Soul Reaver 2. In this game, it's a proper two-hander. Well, I'm saying a two-hander as in a sword you wield with both hands because it has a long blade. So it doesn't have to be a tri-hander, or it just means a long sword. A long two-handed sword. Flamberge if you want to be technical about it because of the shape of the blade, but go. To Wind Temple we go. Well, Flamberge is shape of the blade, not the sword type. So any curved blade like that would be called a Flamberge because that's the name of the type of the blade. You can make it one-handed, you can make it two-handed. Commonly they're one-handed. I think they're Chinese preferred sword type. Not preferred, but the whole idea behind the Flamberge is that you can't grasp the blade. So if somebody tries to grab the blade, they will be cut. It's difficult to block it, and also it deals messier wounds because of the nature of the blade. None of that makes any difference in this game, but that's the real world counterpart.
confronted again with depictions of the vampire's champion, the bearer of the Reaver Blade. And here too was his Hilden adversary, with blazing eyes brandishing a flaming sword. Two heroes locked in combat which only one would survive. But which one? These murals prophesied two possible outcomes. I didn't know what Mobius was trying to concoct, but this all seemed too convenient.
Zweihander itself is a two-handed sword which is a bit longer than normal. I'm not sure if those were ever actually properly used for anything except for tournaments, because they're not really practical to be used in night combat. What was commonly used from swords were short swords, long swords, and lances and spears. And you had specialized weapons like the poleaxes and so on, but when it comes to heavy swords, in fiction they're used a lot more than they were used in real life, because they're too heavy and unwieldy to be used normally. They were mostly used in tournaments. Is this what? No, it's not. It just looks like that. This takes me back up. Investigate this place properly. Looks like it is cracked. Specifically for the flamberges, they were like scimitars or spatas or what's the name? Curved, like curved sabers. They were about that length. Yeah, that fits for the Zweihanders. They were also so the Zweihander is thinner and it's a bit lighter than a regular two-handed sword, or the long two-handed longsword. But even with that, it's still very unwieldy. I mean, trying to put that into a full swing, yeah, that just wasn't happening. So it wasn't really used on a battlefield. We like to think of them like they were because they look so awesome and because wielding them feels so great in games, but practicality and coolness are two different things, and real life isn't convenient like the fantasy life is. In modern times, we still see that with some of the firearms. For example, the Desert Eagle. Everybody considers the Desert Eagle to be the best possible handgun. It's very powerful and you can do, you know, massive damage with it, but Desert Eagle isn't practical. It's not something that any military would ever adopt or use, because you get 7 shots, you get massive amounts of recoil, the ammunition isn't that good. So it works for a video game, it works for a fantasy setting, but it doesn't work in the real world. There is one provision that I'm going to say with that, is that Since ancient times, certain soldiers, especially if they were nobility or privileged, could bring their own weapons into battle, or if the need was such. So you could bring your own weapon, but that didn't happen very often, for obvious reasons. So this goes further. There's a collectible. Yeah, and you could be, but think of it this way: when you have, you can be nimble with a two-handed sword. It's not impossible to achieve that. That isn't the problem. Thing is, battles in real life don't look like they do in movies. You know, in movies you see two armies charging towards each other, and they clash in this massive melee, and you can't really tell who's fighting who, and it's a spectacle. It's massive, but that's not how battles were waged. You essentially had battle lines, and for those battle lines to function, you had to have your soldiers equipped in a specific way. And long weapons were usually just spears and pikes. You wouldn't have weapons that interfere with the soldiers next to you, so you wouldn't have a massive sword that you have to wield like that. Because in a battle there wouldn't be a way for you to swing it properly in a battle line. Like, how would that work? You have a soldier to your left, soldier to your right, then you need to swing that sword. How are you gonna do that? Okay, so this is the last emblem that we need. So that one will blind that one, and that one blinds that one. Which blinds this one? Okay. Makes sense. On what you said, by the way, there is a good video on YouTube, expert react to medieval weapons as used in video games, and he comments on the two-handers.
With this fourth and final fragment, the balance emblem was complete. I now had the means to unseal the mysterious chamber at the heart of the Citadel.
Explore this place because I'm expecting an upgrade or something. It is from Insider, yeah. I can't remember. He's a weapons and historian. He shows up in a bunch of documentaries, and he explains how real-world weaponry differentiates in video games versus how it actually was used in real life. this one goes immediately back to the Citadel, so we're gonna be taking this one. We're gonna be ending the stream, but I want to finish this part just to get the next chapter going.
For my ancient ancestors, the Dark Gift was clearly a curse, damning them to a kind of spiritual purgatory. But why were they compelled to seal this chamber so securely? Perhaps the lock was not meant to keep intruders out, but to imprison something within.
Kain, scion of balance, savior of Nosgoth.
What is this?
Your arrival is foretold. The fates have willed it.
Is that so?
I am the oracle of your ancestors. I can provide the answers you require. You needn't speak. I know your mind. You seek knowledge of your creature Raziel. This I can offer, if you will look. He has found the body of Janos Ordrum. He journeys now to Avernus Cathedral to seek the Heart of Darkness. You know what this means.
And why would I trust your prophecies?
These events are already written just as you feared. But there is still time. He can be stopped.
If Avernus is in flames, Raziel is 5 centuries beyond my reach.
I may aid you in this regard as well. This portal will transport you in time to the very hour that Raziel arrives in Avernus. This task is yours to carry out, since it was you who made him what he is. When you are ready, you may pass through.
I knew, of course, that this oracle was not to be trusted. But in the end, what choice did I have?
So I'm gonna get the upgrade. And we're gonna jump through the portal. It's gonna start next Raziel's chapter, I believe.
This peculiar sensation was familiar to me, and the chamber did indeed appear altered by time. In this regard, at least, the oracle seemed to have been truthful.
I have delivered you faithfully to the very hour you desire. You know what must be done, Kain. There is only one way to prevent Raziel from doing great harm.
He is not my enemy.
But you are his.
Okay, so now we need to go to Avernus.
From this vantage point, I could see the city of Avernus in flames. The oracle had indeed brought me to the time it promised. It might also be true, then, that Raziel was already there, seeking the Heart of Darkness. If so, he had to be stopped. I could not allow Janos to be raised. Somewhere in this great cathedral, the heart of darkness lay concealed. The city outside was in chaos, and the cathedral would not be immune for long. During such times, buried secrets were often suddenly revealed, or lost forever.